quickly, I'm Marty Sakada. I started this group about 20 years ago. It was originally a group of Wharton guys investing directly in private equity. It morphed into a family office group pretty quickly. We've had 5,000 speakers, more than 50,000 people have attended our events. Went to online, haven't skipped a beat, and so we are doing these hybrid events where we have people live here in Austin, Texas, and then we also have people online. So I think about 350 people signed up, which is great. I think our last Austin event we had about 240, so we're making leaps and strides. So again, welcome. We've got a great day scheduled. We do have an agenda that's set up online. We're probably going to run late because we're just so packed with speakers. But I'm really happy the people that we have speaking. Just want to give a shout out to some Texans that are speaking, which is Ed Butowsky, who's a great guy out of Dallas. He's going to be speaking around 11:30. He's a pretty well-known guy. He's on like Fox Business all the time, et cetera. And he's going to talk about overvaluation of the stock market. You know, if anybody has any sentiments about that, I'd love to hear that as well. And then we also have David Drake, who's living in Texas now. He's lived all over the world, but he's living in Dallas right now also. And David's a pretty famous guy in the crypto Ethereum space. At one point, I think he had stakes in about 150 different ICOs, which have actually, that whole market has turned around, and they did a 10X in the last 15 months. So that's a nice place to be. And David is actually a guy I've known for about 20 years. He started in real estate, moved into crowdfunding, and then he's been in crypto for a long time. And he's going to speak a little bit about NFTs, which is a really hot market. So as many of you know, Austin's really a hotbed for fintech. There's a lot of crypto guys here. We've been knee-deep in crypto since 2014. We've had like half a dozen crypto whales represented to our group, and you know, they've had a lot of success. And they've been very good to our group as well. At one point, we had a guy when Bitcoin was around $200, who was giving away like $15 to $25 worth of Bitcoin to everybody for free. So not happening now. So great. I want to go through events that we have coming up. We're going to be in Miami on April 20th. Again, that's also going to be a hybrid event. It's going to be pretty wide open. I expect 30 to 50 people there. In person, we're going to have a reception afterwards somewhere nearby. We're going to be on Brickell. So if you know the Brickell area, it's really fantastic. Lots of great restaurants. You can just walk a block and you're surrounded by great environment and, you know, ocean breeze. And then we'll be, tentatively, we're going to be in San Francisco May 11th, assuming that Palo Alto opens up. So again, we were going to be in San Francisco last January, but you know, the California was closed down. If we're not in San Francisco, we'll be in Palo Alto, which I think is a lot less severe in terms of lockdown. And you know, every place is opening up right now, so we're in pretty good shape. We intend to be in New York on June 22nd and 23rd for a 2-day event. The San Francisco event will also be 2 days. So we'll be in New York. So as many of you know, most of our sponsors are law firms. We're at Jackson Walker today, which is a great law firm here in Austin. And but I think most of the law firms in New York are not opening up until September. So we're going to find some location, but we're going to have a great dinner party for that event. And we're going to cover a lot of great topics. So San Francisco, we're going to cover NFTs, which I think are a big deal. And David Drake's going to talk about his investment in an NFT project company that he made like 3 or 4 years ago, which is now taking off like crazy. When he speaks later today at 10 o'clock. We've also added a Baltimore date with Asset Advisors, which is like a $12 billion asset manager. And that's going to be August 12th in the summertime. Again, our last summer event was actually right here in Austin with Jackson Walker in July, and it was pretty fantastically attended for a summer event. In September, we'll be in San Francisco again for another 2-day event. October, we'll be back in New York for another 2-day event, and then we'll be back in Miami for Art Basel for another 2-day event in November 29th and 30th. So I wanted to introduce Scott Cheskowitz. He's going to talk about Jackson Walker, the different practices here, the scope of what they do, and also, you know, his scope, because I think he's been pretty knee-deep in the alternative space for a long time now. So Scott?
Hello, everyone. I'm going to make this real quick so we can try to get a little bit back on schedule. My name is Scott Cheskowitz. I'm a partner at the firm Jackson Walker. We're a 400 lawyer law firm in Texas with offices in Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, Austin, and then a couple of very small satellite offices as well. We're a full service firm, but I actually represent institutional investors, large public pension plans, sovereign wealth funds, university endowments primarily, as well as a number of family offices. In all alternative asset classes, I should say, so private equity, real estate, funds, energy infrastructure funds, hedge funds, long-only funds, managed accounts, et cetera. And that's the focus of my practice. We've got a team here that does the same. And we also have a more friends and family, maybe up to 500 million commitment size fund formation shop as well, primarily in real estate and private equity, but some hedge funds as well. So that's really all I think I need to say, and I'd like to turn it back over to Marty to introduce the panel. Thank you.
Right. And just to give some more qualification of what Scott said, Austin's a real big hotbed for alternative investments. There's a lot of pension funds in this area, and those have been, a lot of them have been leaders in the alternative space. And we're going to have a couple of guys from those pension funds speaking later on.